for everything that I used in the video description. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to give credit to Anna O over on TikTok. She created this, which inspired me to make my own. I'll leave a link to her TikTok in the video description. First, let's pull out the supplies. We're gonna need wide popsicle sticks or a metal spatula. We're also gonna need some canvases. These ones I got at the dollar store. And the most important item is the spackling. The kind that I got goes on pink so you can see where you've placed it. And this will dry white. It kind of looks like icing, but yeah, it's pink and cute. Next, let's go ahead and get our canvases ready. You can use the wooden wide popsicle sticks, but I found the metal spatulas actually work a little bit better. And the one that you guys see in the video today, I found at the dollar store for like $1. Now let's get started by loading up the spatula. Make sure the top of it has this circle shape. The top of your ghost will have that shape, so just push and drag, like this. It's so satisfying to do and simple, but it is going to be a little bit time consuming. You're going to want to go ahead and make a line across the top doing the same pattern. And this will dry white, so don't worry. The lighting's going to be a little bit off in the video because I was having issues with the sun, so bear with the oversaturated light later on. Now we're going to do the second row. Put the ghost in the middle of each ghost on the top row like I'm doing. Kind of like you're laying bricks, and make a pattern like this. Go ahead and do your second row, going in between the top ghosts that we've already done. And just go ahead and complete this process until you get to the very bottom of the canvas. This was my smaller canvas that I did just until I got the hang of it. And we've just finished our first one. Check out the texture on this. I think this looks so cool. Now let's get started on our big boy. Let's pull out the big canvas. And we're going to go ahead and do the same process. Press the spackling and drag it down. And go ahead and do your first row. And you're going to want to complete this to the very bottom. The next row again, you're going to alternate in between all of the ghosts that we placed on the first row. Just like bricks. And go ahead until you reach the very bottom. Now we're on the last row. And you can see it all coming together. The spackling texture is probably my favorite. This is half dry, so you can see the original pink and it's drying to white. Kind of looks like mermaid scales. Now it's completely dry. So for my little frame, I'm gonna paint the edges in this gold. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick a couple ghosts that I'm gonna paint gold as well, that stand out like this. Now this is where the lighting is super bright, so just kind of bear with the next couple frames. So I chose 3 of the ghosts on the little frame to paint golden. I'm gonna use a hairdryer in between layers. But you kind of don't want to use a hairdryer too much because it can crack the dry fill. This is super satisfying. Now let's do the last ghost. I did 2 coats for the gold and it layered pretty good just because the base color is white. You can use any color that you want on your ghosts. And you can just keep them all white as well. You'll see the next one, which is my favorite. I used some pastels from Apple Barrel. I'll leave a link for the colors that I used. It is a little bit oversaturated, but they are very pretty and pastel. I did 2 pink ghosts, 2 purple ghosts, and I did 2 of a minty blue color. Again, I went ahead and did the first layer, dried it, and then we're gonna do a couple more layers so it's not streaky. We're doing the 2 purple. Now let's do the mint blue. You'll see the colors more towards the end when I fix the lighting. Now we're gonna do the eyes. I started with a Posca paint pen, but it dried out, so I will eventually switch to a black paint. It doesn't matter which black paint you use, they're all pretty much the same. And this was so satisfying just to watch all of the ghosts come to life. You can make their faces a little bit different, but this is going to be time consuming. And now we're just finishing the small canvas faces. Once it's dry, go ahead and seal it. I went with a satin finish Mod Podge, just to give it a slight gloss. Make sure that everything is completely dry or your black eyes will smudge. I just let mine dry overnight. And here is the finished product. You can see the colors a lot better now that the sun relaxed a little bit. I did 2 pink, 2 purple, and 2 mint blue ghosts. I love the texture on this, and it was super easy to do. I have a link for everything that I used in the video description. Here's an up close. You can see the little bit of gloss on it, but it's not too much. And here's the golden one, the shimmers. Let me know if you guys want to see more Halloween tutorials.